What's up, yo? What's up? What's up? I'm just tapping in tonight, just saying hi. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody got a chance to breathe and stop, take some time and care for yourself. Even if you didn't do it this weekend, hopefully sometime this week that just passed, you got a chance to actually take some time to yourself, man. You have to give yourself some time to yourself, some time to reflect, some time to think some things you might have wanted to do differently next week or next time you do them. Just time with some quiet, man. Peace and quiet, tranquility, peace and quiet. Sometimes you need peace and quiet. You can't let yourself get too overwhelmed, worked, or burnt out because you will experience burnout, and it can affect your mental health. Tonight, one of the questions I had for the night was, how do you handle stress? I'm going to actually pin that question. I thought I pinned it already, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I thought I already pinned it. There you go. All right. So, the question of the night is, how do you handle stress? I'm just curious because for me, I've learned to deal with it in different ways than I did in the past. In the past, when stress, when the past came, and stress came, I think immediately I would get stressed out, and I wouldn't shut down, but it's kind of like, sorry, it's a little chords in the way. It's kind of like shutting down when you don't give yourself a chance to process. And soon as something happens, man, you like, ugh. It's like you just, you let yourself get stressed out. Yes, you're going to get stressed out. Sometimes it's uncontrollable. Sometimes things will happen that it's beyond your control to be stressed out about. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's really not moving this to you. So I feel like my face was covered by that by the question. So anyway, see, sometimes, man, you just can't control it. Things happen. That's called life. Life be lifing. When you tap in, the question, y'all, you'll see it up top. How do you handle stress? How do you handle stress? And basically, what stresses you out the most? So when you get stressed, what stresses you out the most, and how do you handle stress? Some people do it in different ways. Some people try to do things that relieve stress. Maybe go work out. Maybe take a walk. Um, Listen to some music. People do different things. People cope differently. Um, that's why it's called coping because you coping. People have different ways of coping. If y'all hear a noise in the background, it's my grandma. Me and what's my grandma too? My wife's grandma. We'll take care of my 90-year-old grandmother. So I gotta always keep an eye on her to make sure she ain't getting into nothing because she's fast. You got to be fast with my grandma. So if you ever see me looking around when I'm on live, it's because I take care of her and I try to make sure she's all right. You might hear her in the background because sometimes she has dementia, so sometimes she may yell. But yeah, yeah, eating. Listen, I've been doing that lately too, eating and I stopped it. We stopped the drinking. I ain't gonna say I was drinking, but I was drinking. I was drinking too much. I was drinking way too much. So I learned how to cope by candle making. It's crazy because like I'm not saying I immediately go make candles, but if I'm going through something and I'm going to the studio to make some candles, it makes me feel better. Just this I guess the quiet. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes I listen to music, and then the smell. The smell gets me. The smell puts me in another mood per se. The problem is still there, but the smell, the stirring, the mixing, the blending of the scents, just that smell, man. Something that smell does to me. It's almost like undescribable. Question of the night is, how do you handle stress? Somebody said eating, unfortunately. Um, if you tap into this live, the questions up there. If you happen to see this live and scroll through it, you can always answer the questions in the comments. And there's nothing like a good candle. Candles, I mean, smell always. Smell, soft music, dim lights, a relaxing atmosphere also puts me in a mood that kind of gets me out of my funk. It's still going to be there, but sometimes you got to just give your mind a chance. As I say, you give yourself a chance to breathe and stop. Give your mind a chance to clear, man. Sometimes there's so many things going on in there. That's my grandma. Guys, ponder on that question. I'll be right back. I'm going to check on my grandma. Come see y'all here. I do apologize. I really do apologize, but I gotta make sure my grandmom is good. Sorry, I had to run up and check on my grandma. So the question of the night was, how do you handle stress? She said, you scream in your pillow. Yeah, but that does do it. I mean, does that do it for you, screaming in your pillow? Like I said, some people go to that. They got the thing where you smash stuff. Some people do that. Some people take walks. Some people take a trip. Everybody, I ain't gonna lie, a trip would do. I'm gonna tell you why a trip relieves my stress. Because I'm in a different atmosphere. I normally go somewhere where it's relaxing. It's just solemn, relaxing. I don't need, so a lot of people go on vacation to party and have fun. Not me. When me and my wife go on vacation, it's a vacation. I don't want to do that itinerary. I don't want to plan nothing. If I do something, it's going to be random because, can I be honest? Working full time and running a business, man, you got to give yourself a chance to breathe and stop. You have to, man. It's very pertinent. If you don't, I'm telling you, if you don't, you are going to burn out. You're going to burn yourself out, and then it affects your mental health. It really affects your mental health. So that's just what I do. Listen, that's why I take a vacation. Me and my wife take a vacation every now and then. We got a vacation coming up. May 2nd to the 9th, we're going to Turks and Caicos. Man, do we love it there. That is, for me, is a reset. That's a reset, recharge. When I go there, the water is beautiful, the waves, the quiet, and the place we stay at, man, it's, oh my God, the peace and tranquility. The place I stay at, all I see is peace and tranquility. In the mornings when I'm there, I grab my coffee. Me and my wife sit by our stoop. It's a little stoop, and you watch the sunset, man. It's the beautifulest thing in the world. If beautifulest is a word, people are like, that's not a word. So yeah, man, listen. So how do you relieve stress? I ain't gonna lie, in the beginning, man, I used to just really, I say, lately it's been a lot better, but I say in the past, maybe, I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 years ago, man, soon something happened, man, I just be like, I kind of shut down. And I ain't gonna say I shut down, but my mind shuts down to the point where I'm so stressed out, I can't figure out how I'm gonna navigate through it. I'm just like, kind of like, oh, woe is me. But now when something happens, it's more so like, oh man, listen. It's like, listen, man, what I'm gonna do? What should I do? What's gonna make my life a little easier while I'm going through this? So now I'm thinking it through versus getting stressed. I'm thinking it through, trying to figure out how I'm gonna navigate through this. Question of the day, y'all, was how do you handle stress? And when you are stressed out, how do you handle stress? Make sure y'all share this live if you on here. If you on here right now, my challenge to you is share this live. Follow us at Love and Fire Candle Company. We got a goal. We only got 30 days to do it, else we got to restart. We got 30 days to get 1,000 followers. If we don't get 1,000, and it's broken up, like say if 30 days we get 500 and then 500, and it gonna work. Everybody got their way. Like I said, I try to navigate through stress. That's what I try to do. And me and my wife, just, it's crazy, right? Because sometimes for me and her just to be able to go away, and sometimes for me and her just like to go away, even if it's only somewhere like we're in Delaware, even if it's somewhere like Philly or Jersey, just somewhere to get away. Her mom, oh man, thank God for her. Her mom helps us. She'll watch grandmom. She'll spend the night and take care of grandmom. So that's how we go on vacation. So a lot of times if her mom's here, I'll randomly book a room and say, yo, we going to Philly, man. We going to stay in Philly. And it's as funny as it may sound, as crazy y'all may say I am. Man, sometimes I go there, man, we don't even go out. We just stay in the room and just chill, man. Because we don't get, you got to realize something, man. When you're as busy as we are, when you're a caregiver, you don't get a lot of uninterrupted time. And man, when I tell y'all when I say I uninterrupted, I'm talking about uninterrupted time is my new love language. My new love language, uninterrupted time. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Sheesh. So, question of the night is how you handle stress when you are stressed out. I'm not saying you're always stressed out, but when you come into a stressful situation, how do you handle stress? Do you shut down? Do you try to figure out a way to navigate through it so you don't get more stressed out? What do? Make sure y'all follow us at Love and Fire Candle Company. Make sure that y'all share this live, like this live. If you're on here right now, I'm challenging you to share this with 10 of your friends and hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Our goal is to get 1,000 followers by next month, by May 4th. Anyhow, question of the day. How do you handle stress? Do you have coping methods? Do you shut down? Do you take a moment to just think about it? Sometimes, oh man, stress, neck just, Sometimes in life, people find different ways to cope with situations. Some people, not saying are used to it, but are, I guess, I'm trying to use a good word. I guess ready, prepared. Let's say prepared. They prepared for when stress comes their way. You know what I mean? Some people are really prepared. And to be prepared, sometimes it takes for you to go through a couple situations where they ain't go your way. And you learn that, man, if I could just chill and not get so stressed out, things would be a lot better. So, yeah. Like I said, how do you handle stress when you are stressed out? Because for me, man, like I said, I'm so busy. I'm so busy right now. That's why I take vacations, because you gotta take vacations. You gotta take breaks. It takes time to breathe and stop. Because if you don't, man, I'm telling you, if you don't, it's not gonna be good, man. I'm telling you from experience, it's not gonna be good. You got to take some time to give yourself some self-care, self-love. Find something that takes your mind off of everything, so that when you had that time alone, you ain't thinking about work, you ain't thinking about bills, you ain't thinking about finances, you ain't thinking about nothing that's going to disturb your peace. When you got time to yourself, you don't want nothing to disturb your peace. That's why sometimes a break for me, like I said, man, is just having uninterrupted time. Sometimes it's an hour. Sometimes you believe what an hour. If you're busy like me, you'd be surprised at what an hour of uninterrupted time would do. Man, let me tell you. Every chance I get, man, because my grandma, I'm turning the monitor up. Y'all hear? It's my grandma. She lives with us. But when 24/7, we take care of my wife's 92-year-old grandmother, and she's such a blessing. So I have to. I want to take care of her, man, because she was there for me. She was there for us. She's monumental in our lives. So it's my obligation to take care of her. So sometimes in my lives, you might hear her screaming in the background. Man, that's the life of a caregiver. So yeah, it was, how do you handle stress when you're stressed out? What do you do to cope with stress? Do you have coping mechanisms? Or do you just let it flow and just navigate through it the best way you can? I feel like sometimes with stress, you can't really have a plan because things just happen. It's called life, man. Life be life, and so when things come my way, I take them on, man, how they come. I tend not to get too upset about things I can't control. If I could control them and I let it happen, then yeah, I'm a little upset. But if it's something that happened that's out of my control, I'm like, listen, it happened. Nothing I can do about it. Let's try to navigate through this. That's my mindset now. You hear my grandma. A lot of times she'll scream just to scream because she has dementia. But I gotta always stay alert. Man, because I'm in the basement, and sometimes I have to run up one flight of steps to go get to her because she's on the first level. Y'all hear her screaming. So she's fine now. She's just laying down. So she's fine. I ain't gonna show her, but it's a little monitor I watch her on. She just saying stuff. Anyway, question of the day, if you just tapped in, was how do you handle stress? It was how do you handle stress? And when you are stressed, how do you handle stress? Do you shut down? Do you have coping mechanisms? Or you just try to navigate through it the best way you can? A lot of times, I find myself navigating through it the best way I can, but at the same time, it's all tunnel vision. And when I say tunnel vision, I'm still looking at the problem, but at the same time, I'm not letting it stress me out. I'm um, I'm just letting the chips fall where they may. But at the same time, I'm being prepared, knowing that while I'm going through this, there's gonna be some bumps, some bruises, and things not gonna always be perfect. Things can never be perfect. And if they are, man, please tell me so I can do it. The question of the day was, how do you handle stress? Whenever you get stressed out, run into a situation, how do you handle stress? By a punching bag. Punching bag. So that's another thing. Working out also helps me relieve stress. We have a gym in our house, so a lot of times I'll go in there and also meditation. Meditation. Not right away, because think about it. When something first happened, a situation, a problem, the first thing I think about, oh man, I gotta meditate. But once I take the time to think about it and know that I can't change it, I just gotta navigate through it, I will meditate. Meditation does clear my head. I'm actually gonna start doing it. I'm gonna start doing it. So before, I would just sometimes on my drive to work, where I'm going, I would just turn the music down and just, that's my meditation. No music, no sound. Sometimes I park somewhere where where it's secluded, and just think about things in life that I might be going through, things that I made it through, and how I would do things differently. I always tell people, my friends, associates, people that I run into, if you're somebody that does a lot, that works a lot, like constant nonstop, you have to give yourself a time to breathe and stop. You gotta give yourself a time to breathe and stop. If you don't, man, if you don't give a time to breathe and stop, you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna experience burnout. It's gonna affect your mental health, and that's where it's gonna be. It could get even worse. So I feel like sometimes in life you just gotta. I'm not gonna say make the best of it, but just know that sometimes some things you just can't control. And yes, if you could control it, sometimes you gotta think about how you would do it differently. Like, what would you do different in that situation? That's just how it is. The question of the night was, how do you handle stress? I'm not gonna hold y'all for long. I'm actually getting ready to tap out. But question was, how do you handle stress? Whenever you're stressed out, how do you handle it? How do you cope through it? Because let's just face it. No matter how at the top of your game you are, no matter how good things going, like they say, what goes up must come down, and things can't always be perfect. But it can get. I always feel like it could get better before it get worse. It might get worse first, but it's definitely gonna get better. So that's how I look at it. I look at the glass half full. Now I look at life with the glass half full. So the question of the night was, how do you handle stress? It was, how do you handle stress? Whenever you're stressed out, how do you handle stress? If you happen to see this video after I tap out, you can answer the questions in the comments. Make sure you follow us at Love and Fire Candle. Love and Fire Candle Company. Make sure y'all share this live. Make sure y'all like this live. And I'm going to go ahead and tap out, y'all. And as I always say, now go love somebody.